What's up, y'all? DJ the Sports Blurred. I'm back. Did y'all miss me? All right, so today we're going to do a really quick video. We're going to talk about two teams. One, the most surprising team through 4 games of the 2023 season. And the second team is going to be the most disappointing team through the first 4 games of this year. Really quick video, just something I was thinking about. So super excited to get into this. But before I get into it, please, if you're not already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I talk about college football. I'm going to start talking about some more sports on here. But the one reason I like everybody to subscribe is because I like talking to you guys. You guys are some of the best fans I've come across, and I just like some of you guys come in here and rant, tell me I don't know anything. Some of you guys tell me, my little videos are spot on. But in the case, whatever the case, I just like hearing you guys and what you guys have to say. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before I give you the first team that's going to be the most surprising, I'm going to give you 2 undefeated teams. Now, team 1, they have a little bit better record. They have a little bit better schedule than team 2. So team 1 has beaten Tennessee Tech. They beat West Virginia at West Virginia. They beat Houston on the road, and they also beat Duke. This team is 4-0 and unranked. Team 2, they beat Troy at home, Central Arkansas at home, Virginia Tech on the road, and they just beat Tulsa. This team is also 4-0, but they're ranked number 14. Team 1 is the Kansas Jayhawks. Team 2 is the Ole Miss Rebels. So one of the things that I think with, if you haven't known by now, Kansas is my most prized team in the country. So one of the things I think Kansas gets shafted on is they've been a terrible team. I mean, they haven't had a winning season since 2008. The last time they started out 4-0 was back in 2009. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you kind of heard me talking about Kansas. In my last video, the week 4 wrap up, I went ahead and went on a limb and then said Kansas should be ranked. They're up there with points scored or touchdown scored with Ohio State, and you've seen what they can do. And I felt like I've kind of started hearing a little bit more people talking about Kansas, ever since I dropped that video that no one really watched. But, I want some credit, even if they didn't see it from me. I felt like I was, saying this before anybody else. If you don't believe me, go back and watch that video. So Kansas hasn't had a winning record since 2008. The last time they started 4-0 was 2009. So I don't think they're getting the benefit of the doubt. I mean, Kansas has just been a historically bad team. So, when I think the AP voters are looking at them, they're just assuming that it's regular with Kansas. And plus, let's be honest, no one's really watching Kansas play football. So I don't really blame a lot of people for not knowing, how good they've been in this year. Lance Leopold, he was hired last April, late April, I think April 21st of last year, came in, has a good pedigree. He's really came in and turned this Kansas team around. I mean, they've been really, really, really aggressive. Just look at some of these stats. So they are 3rd in yards per play in the nation, and they rank 7th in the nation in total points per game. So they're averaging 47 points per game. That is massive. So that is going to be my most surprising team, so got to give it to them. There's only 21 undefeated teams left, and it's funny when they're not considered one of the best 25 teams. So my most disappointing team of this year, I'm not going to come out and say their name. I'm going to give you some stats. So this team started out ranked in the preseason 14th. They got all the way up to 11th this year, and then they crashed and burned after the first 2 games. So they had 2 cupcakes, which most teams will do. They scheduled 2 really easy teams. And then they went on the road and played Washington, and Washington beat them 39-28. Then they just got destroyed in the Big Ten opener last week versus Minnesota. Minnesota came and just gave them the business. 34-7. This team also finished the season last year 11-2. They signed a brand new head coach. His name is Mel Tucker. Some of you guys might already know who I'm talking about. They paid this man $95 million. I repeat, $95 million. Now, why is $95 million significant? That is the 3rd largest contract ever handed out by a public university in college football history for them to be 2-2 right now. They had wins to close out the season versus Michigan last year. They beat Michigan 37-33. They beat Penn State, and then they finished out their bowl game by beating Pitt. Do you know who I'm talking about yet? Yeah, some of you guys do. If you don't know, though, I'm talking about the Michigan State Spartans, man. They have just been dreadful this year. Excuse me. Just watching them go out there and struggle versus Minnesota last week was embarrassing. I can almost understand them losing at Washington. I mean, Washington's always a tough game. I mean, you're flying to another part of the country to play a football game, and you're taking college kids with you. So I can kind of get that one. But to come in and get drubbed by Minnesota by almost 30 points was embarrassing. And I don't know if it's going to get any better for the Spartans. I mean, their next 4 games at Maryland. We just saw Maryland go to Ann Arbor and play the Michigan Wolverines tough. You would have to think Maryland going to this game is going to be the favorite. Then when they get done playing Maryland, they gotta invite the Buckeyes to their house. Ohio State's going to go up to East Lansing, and it's probably not going to be good for the Spartans. I'm just going to be honest. The last time OSU went to the Spartans, it was not good for them. They just got absolutely smoked. The Spartans did. Now, after you get the Buckeyes, Wisconsin's going to come in to East Lansing. Now, Wisconsin is having a bad year. They're considered, from where they're usually at. But they're still a tough team, and you still have to deal with Wisconsin. Braden Allen, who is Wisconsin's sophomore running back. He has been just one of the best backs in the country. Now, Wisconsin always has a good running back, and he's no exception. So I think that he's going to run over, and he's going to have a field day with the Spartans. And then finally, to run up the next 4 games, you're going to have to go up to Ann Arbor and play Michigan. Michigan is playing as good as almost anybody in the country. I think there's 3 teams that are far and ahead away of everybody else: Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama. And then I think after those next 3 teams, you have, the second tier of teams. In that second tier, you'll find Michigan. And I don't think that Michigan State has anything. At least from what I've seen these last few weeks, I don't think Michigan State has any chance in hell in beating Michigan. But you never know. Michigan State could turn this around, man. Maybe they could, go on a tear. I don't put it past any team, especially a team that has as much talent as Michigan State. I mean, they brought in a top 25 recruiting class these last couple of years, so they have some pieces there. Anyways, also, one last thing before I get out of here. I didn't do a top 5. In my last video. I want to do a top 5 now. At 5, I'm going to have the USC Trojans. At 4, I'm going to have Michigan Wolverines. At number 3, I'm going to have the Alabama Crimson Tide. Number 2, the Buckeyes. And then number 1, the best team, the most complete team, in my opinion, the Georgia Bulldogs. So let me know what you guys think about this video. I just wanted to come up here and just make something quick. Somehow it ran into almost 9 minutes of me talking, but I just really wanted to make this video. So let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already, please comment, subscribe, all that. Do it, please, and then do it again. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching.